Hello again, wonderful and appreciated beings. Thank you so much for being here. And just a little note at the beginning, we're recording this with White Feather, with me being pinned out of privacy reasons for yourself. So the ones who are attending here will not be seen. First, I would like to honor 7 days of rest for giving everybody who attended and everybody who was sharing their gifts, and the platform was done with so much love, the support was done with so much love. And I would like to honor everybody who was involved, either as a participant or Yan and Shelley at the beginning, of course, and then the participants and the ones who gave in. And I think there are many souls around this planet who participated and they didn't even know about it because they felt the vibration of what was being built up this week, and it really was feelable how the love and the light and the embracing was building up. So yeah, I would like to honor that in deep gratitude for what was. Welcome, Krista. And I would like to start this with you being unmuted, because at the beginning I would like to go into a dialogue also. I am very aware that this is a very challenging topic for ourselves when we go into this move of releasing ancestral intertwinings, but also maybe one could think that we don't honor something anymore. And I would like to take this away right at the beginning. Of course, we do honor for what was and what is, but we have to, or we are being called to release intertwinings, being it from this lifetime or from an ancient lifetime, from our direct lineage or from our karmic lineage, for whatever that needs to be done. And I heard that call of doing this, offering ancestral releasing soul-freeing journeys until further notice. That was so loud and so clear that I did it, or we did it immediately. I think it took about 2 weeks and we had it all done and ready to go. And I personally think it won't probably last that long until we proceed into the next, whatever is being called to do the next. And this ancestral release is of utmost importance now. I would say for the next few months, it is of significant importance to release as much as we can from our old behaviors, old intertwinings, and old stuff that has been given to us in this lifetime and for what our soul went through. And I would suggest, or I think that many of the souls that are incarnated right now and really on a conscious path are old souls. So these old souls have a lot of very old remembrance within, old remembrance that is not serving us. And we need to proceed to the remembrance that is serving us, to the real deep down remembrance. And that's why we need to clear off. Also, because if we want to create the new, if we want to create paradise, we need to be clean and clear of everything. Otherwise, we cannot do it. Otherwise, we keep walking on the same old paths. But we need to walk new paths. And that's why it is of such significance to really start releasing. And I thought today maybe I would like to give you an example. How can you sense that something is an ancestral intertwining or an ancestral blockage even? And I think one of the things, or some of the things are obvious, like for example our body, all of a sudden, or our body shows the same kind of sickness all the time, or our body is showing something all of a sudden. I think that's something very profound. Or if certain triggers are keep coming back, that's also one of these triggers that show us you must release something out of our ancestral life. And most important, I mean, if we keep calling back our ancestors, how can they live freely? And how can these souls come back, if they want to come back on this planet or wherever we're going? How can they come back being light and easy and released? So we're not only doing the job for ourselves, we also do it for the ancestors. So that's a huge honor. And in that, when we have them released as well as ourselves released, we can work together again, co-create again, but in a lightness, in a dancing lightness. And that's completely different. Imagine you have a very heavy backpack and you take one thing after another out of that backpack. Or imagine when your house is a full mess and then you tied it up. How does that feel? It feels light, it feels like you want to dance. It feels like you want to proceed. And it also supports us on our path to grow into our true I am, into the embodiment and the living of our true I am. And once, or as closer as we proceed to embody and live our true I am, the more it is self-understood that we are connected to all animals, to all plants, to Mother Earth, to water. It's just simply there. And it's self-understood that we're living out of the heart, out of love. The more we release, and the more we release of our ancestral intertwinings, the more, or the faster we grow into love, into being love, into our true I am. And the ancestral intertwinings, why I also talk about the intertwinings, that's because the longer we have been here, our soul, the longer we have kept coming back, the more we are intertwined. Or if somebody out of our blood lineage, I would say, if there are old souls there, that all comes to that intertwining. Now imagine how unclear that is behind us, and how interwoven, and how, cramped up. So we let it go. And I would like to open the discussion. First, do you have questions to this? Is something unclear for you? It is very, very important to me that you understand what's trying to be expressed here. It's very difficult to put in words, but you can understand it with your heart. Again, but yet I would like to invite you to ask if you didn't understand something, or if you have a thought that you would like to bring in, or if you would like for me to say something to a thought that you're having. And then we proceed with what you brought in that you would like to receive today, or we find something together. Perfectly clear. Thank you. You just came in. Welcome. Open your microphones. I love to hear your voices, to see you, if I may.
Hello, thank you. And thank you for letting me in. I was waiting all day, and then I was late. Yes. So
wonderful. Thank you.
yeah, everything
Yes.
you're saying is perfectly clear to me, and it touches me deep, and I'm very happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It makes a lot of sense to me also. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm actually glad that you're saying it, because I think it has not been said enough, right?
It hasn't been said at all, and believe me, at the beginning still it takes courage to go out with that.
Wow.
Because especially I want to honor the indigenous way, and I know for them the ancestors are very, very important, and I honor that. But we must make the next steps. And that's the release in order for us to co-create with them if they wish. They come.
Yeah.
If we are on our path and there is something that we need to be supported, they will be here.
Yeah, maybe that is a question, unless somebody else likes to talk. That is a question. A friend of mine keeps saying he sees my grandfather with me. And he was a very dear, dear grandfather. And sometimes, this is a confusion inside of me. Well, maybe you can explain a little bit. That's
Yes.
this question.
I also sense him on your left, even though I don't see you.
Mm-hmm.
But I sense him on your left. He's a very strong character. And let me see what he wants to tell you. He says, you didn't call me. I'm here on free will. But what I sense is you may release him so he can come more freely. That means that you can... I give you a very simple tool. You probably know the laying 8.
Mm-hmm.
And you picture him in one of the circles and yourself in the other one. And you call in an archangel, or you can call in me, and you ask to cut in the middle. And then you let him go in love.
Beautiful.
Because that's all what he needs, that he can so he can be set free a little more, and it's more of his free will to be there. Then now he thinks that he needs to protect you, and you can release him from that.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Krista, I think you wanted to ask something or add something.
Wait, let me get the video on.
Yes, please.
Right, there we go. You said Indigenous people honor their ancestors, and I wanted to add something. I have, for my first book I wrote, I looked quite deeply into that, and it seems they make a distinction, don't they, between ancestors who have lived a good life and who can advise and who hold the wisdom in a way of generations, and ancestors who have not lived a good life, who can be detrimental for us. So my question was, I don't know if this goes too deep, but if we look back at our ancestry for many thousand years now, most of them have not lived a good life. I mean, we can see what happened in the world. So there is a lot of dark energy within our ancestry. While, of course, for Indigenous people, especially in tribal settings, they found that their ancestors lived good lives, you know, in a good relation with nature and so on and so on. So would you make a distinction? That's what I wanted to ask, because I feel a tiny bit uncomfortable with the idea that we need to let them go. Don't we need to make a distinction in a way? You know, who are the ancestors we're freeing ourselves from, and you know, to create a new, as you say.
Yes. Claudia, thank you. Claudia,
talk
thank you
about
for
that?
your message, and we will be in contact again. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. I believe that there is no bad ancestry or good ancestry. It's all part of our path, and it's all part of our learning. And of course, some is heavy and some is lighter.
I meant
weight.
heavy rather than good or bad. No?
Yes.
Energy is dark or lighter.
Yes. And I still think, if I understood your question right, I still think whether or not it's, however this ancestry is or was, they all need to be released. Even though they're very wise ones, they do come once we need them. Once they see that they can accompany us or support us, or they see it's not like this heavy relationship anymore, because that's also something that is heavy for them. If they are kept being cold, they cannot be in dancing lightness because they have this heaviness of support. Even though they're very wise and very big and very supportive, but that can be a burden.
Okay.
And if we release them, the whole thing is more like a dance. It's just more. It's just much more a give and take.
Okay. Thanks.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I just wanted to have it clarified. I just, yeah. Let's leave it at that. No, this is fine. It's great.
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you. If you have another question, please ask. Otherwise, we're proceeding. Good. I would like to proceed in, I would like to give you, well, we see what happens. When I do these evenings of the, not evenings, when we do the soul-freeing journeys to the ancestral release, the approach is always feeling and listening into what you bring into it. And I would like to do that today as well. Is there something that you want to release? Is there something that you felt today, these days, on your body? Like once we gathered, everybody had pain in the lower back. So we did a journey for our lower backs. And so I would like to see where, I'm sure the group that gathered today will have something in common, and that's where we're going into. So let me know of where you stand and what you would like to have received, if you're prepared, or if you thought of something while you prepared for today or for this session. And let's listen.
Well, I felt like much confusion, and with the confusion I felt anger. Yes, these days.
Confusion. Okay, one thing I forgot to add, and I would like to bring it in now. The magnetic field of our Earth is weakening, and that can bring confusion. But the good thing about this is we're supported to manifest the new. We're supported to do our steps. We're supported to do these releases. But I think, this is my personal thinking about it, because we had to adjust. Oh, and the second thing is, I shared it in our Telegram group today. Another thing is that the Schumann resonance right now is really clear. That means we're really aligned with Mother Earth right now. But I think part of the confusion could come from, but we will see what else is here. And anger, I think, is very important. Because we had to level out the disturbances of Mother Earth's frequency. Now that we are so aligned, it makes us tired. It could make us tired, confused, strange dreams, and so on. But the good part is we can be aligned now, and we can proceed and swing with her. Yes. Yes, Alexandra.
This is interesting because I would like to say something about synchronicity, because today, at the beginning of our workshop, I was feeling pain in the back also, and I was in need to lay down in a bed while listening to you. Of course, it's today my first day of bleeding in a period. And it's interesting that my first period came when I was in my grandma's visit, when I was visiting grandma's in her place. And right now, I'm confused also because I'm not sure, should I move in that place? Grandma is not alive anymore, or should I choose some other place? So it's really interconnected and interesting for today, this topic. And when we started to talk about these sharings, my pain was going to go. So now I'm better feeling.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting, because now we have grandmother and grandfather here. Okay, let's listen. Let's keep on listening. Confusion and anger. Okay.
So for me, the first thing that popped up when you said what did you notice or so was my shoulders, especially my right shoulder, when it comes to ancestral release topics. This is what popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last few weeks, I felt pain in there.
I think the bodies are acting up very heavily at the moment. Yeah, where are you? The other ones. Let me hear.
I can say that anger is a long time problem for me, but I've narrowed it down to it's mostly in situations where I get frustrated because things are not happening fast enough. And that's one reason I really wanted to take part in this 7 days of rest deal to see if it helped me.
No, we need to proceed very fast.
The other thing that's come up already is a reconnection with the being who was my mother in her last lifetime. Over the years, I've really studied this, and kind of it's taken a long time to disconnect some things. But it just hit me today when you were talking that recently she's come back, but I don't know what to call her because it's not, I don't want to, Mom doesn't feel right. Her first name in her last lifetime doesn't feel right. So it occurred to me to maybe ask her sometime when I feel her presence. But a lot of the things you said, I think, have validated some wonderings that I had about the nature of this reconnection and why it feels different, and just all the steps in the past, all the untwinings or unravelings that have got us to this part. And my latest sense has been she is connecting again for something totally new. So when you talked about that, it really resonated. And you know, it's still just such a fresh new thing. I have no clue beyond what I've just said, but thank you for that. It feels really important what's happening.
Yeah, I would like to share another very easy tool that you can use with such cases when it's not very, very, I would say when it's not very, very attached. Sometimes it's strings that attach to you. It can be with human beings that are around you, and it can be with ancestral patterns, with, you know, with our ancestors or whatever. And sometimes it's also when we live somewhere or when we go somewhere and somebody is coming with you. I've once had that in Berlin. You can imagine what's there in Berlin. They said, wow, Karina is here, waff! And they jumped on me hundreds. And at that time, I didn't know why. Now I know why, but now I can deal with it. But at the moment, I think, I give you a very easy tool. One thing, okay, I give you two things. One about anger. Anger, this is why I keep talking about learn about your crystalline heart space. Anahi, you know about it, use it. Put your solitaire in there or go into your crystalline heart space. If you have anger, you have two things that are very easy and help you very fast. Either look at the remembrance sign for maybe 10 or 20 or 30 seconds, and you will feel a release immediately. And the other tool is take a crystal.
Sorry, Corina, what is a remembrance tool?
The remembrance sign is this. It's on our website. You can download it, print it out, feed your water with it, inform your water with it. Can you see it now? it's a very powerful sign, and it really, I mean, usually it helps releasing anger within 30 seconds or a minute. And along with that, you can put a crystal in between. I mean, Anahi, you take the solitaire, and the other ones take a crystal. I mean, it's a non-physical crystal. If you wish to put it in your hands, you can. But take a crystal and visualize it between what makes you angry and yourself. And in addition, if you wish, take the remembrance sign somewhere in between also, or even on both sides, from you to the crystal and from the crystal to that subject or person. And then tell the crystal, please harmonize. And it's very important that and then you go into the feeling or into the attendance or into the presence of the crystal and you feel that harmonizing. Do not want anything from the crystal to the other one. That's for the other one to decide whether or not he wants to take it or not. Tell the crystal, the crystal knows what's to do. So just tell that crystal, harmonize. And you can either use just a remembrance sign with the small little angers, and you can take the crystals to help or support you when it's a little bigger. And also when you're not so patient. But I tell you, it helps because we do need to move forward very fast at the moment. I mean, it will speed up the next 3 months. And also delete anything that is not important in your life. Everything. Work less, have no appointments anymore unless with your best friend. Really go into silence. And one of the silences is that releasing. And be present with yourself. Okay, I think I haven't heard everybody yet about the wish, what wants to be released, because I think we do go into a little journey today, but I haven't found the real needle in the haystack yet.
Okay, I go. Kasi, when you said about your mother, funnily enough, my mother, whoever we called her, came to my mind. I was a bit surprised. It was a little more distant ancestor, but I also feel that mother energy somehow. There's something there.
Okay, mother energy, I know Hawaii has too. Anahi in her sense as well. Mm-hmm.
And there is unclarity. I feel so much. Oh, sorry. Are you okay, Krista? Oh no, yeah. You
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Like fuzziness. I live in a big city, so that is. I shouldn't live here, but
no,
that's part of it.
Move out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that was it. The fuzziness and not thinking straight. And I used to be able to be so clear, and there's so much unclarity. But maybe we've already mentioned that the city is quite demanding. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, what did you want to say?
Well, fuzziness and location seem to be somewhere in the, at least in my
yeah,
spheres.
for Alexandra too. So it's a woman. Mm-hmm. Okay, many women. Okay, now we really go back. Now I get chills. I would say hundreds and hundreds of years back now, our feminine ancestral paths, may it be from ourselves, may it be from our mothers, may it even be from our fathers, grandfathers, the feminine has been, yeah, I mean, we have landed in so many not nice places because we were feminine, or because we were women, or because we were women that knew something. And I think this is the needle in today's haystack. Ooh, okay.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. And also, you know, that, thank you, Alexandra, for sharing about your bleeding. This is such an honor for you to share it, and for that it is here with us, that blood. I would like to honor that.
Thank you very much. And maybe I should add, today in Serbia is Christmas. Yes. And this is my gift to go totally slow down. And when you were talking about grandmothers, and when you got a child, I was thinking that my grandmother didn't have a right and time to go in school because she was working in a field, man's job. And I felt that while you were talking, so I was thinking.
Yeah,
into
your grandmother was a very powerful woman.
Yes.
Was she like, she had a good body, right?
Yes. Strong body.
Yeah. She was very powerful, not only in her body, but also with her personality.
Yeah, she was wise, and she learned to write and to read, even though she didn't went to school.
Was she hurt for that, or was she allowed to do that?
I didn't understand.
Was she hurt for that? I mean, did they punish her for that, or was she okay with it?
I don't know, but she couldn't go to school because she needed to work in a field. That was the reason why she didn't go in school.
Yeah.
But I don't know how was she feeling about that, because we didn't have a chance to talk about that.
Okay. The time that I announced for this session would be about 45 to 50 minutes, and we reached that. If it's okay with you, we will go into a soul-freeing journey now. It's taking a little more of your time, but if you wish and if it's okay for you, we will go into a journey. Is it okay? Good. Okay, so first I would like to find the exact and precise entrance door. What do we want to reach? How about we would like to release the heaviness of not being allowed being a woman, reformulated. We want to be able to live our full femininity with all it contains. Is that okay with you all? Okay. Okay, so the way I'm so used to start. Okay, the way a soul-freeing journey works is very similar to the water call. I mean, I need that entrance door, that one goal. It probably goes somewhere else usually, but because your souls will guide us, will guide me, and I will talk most of the time, or there are instances when I don't talk and then I just work. And we can reach the best results when you go along with this as attentive as possible. Most important, do not hang somewhere. You need to proceed. Because if you hang somewhere, what did she say? Why did she say that? Why did we do that? What was that? Was that for something of my environment? Did she just pick up something? All that slows us down. So just stay present, stay alert, and travel along. The presence is really the gift of your support. And then we can reach the utmost and the best result. And at the end, but this is being recorded now, so it's very easy, but if you wish, at the end, I usually give so-called recipes, prescriptions, and normally we write them down, or you can write them down after you get the recording. Sometimes I have prescriptions for each one of us, one of you. Sometimes maybe it's for everybody, I don't know yet, it will come in. And it's the prescription, sometimes it's something that we need to do for 3 days, sometimes 5 days, 10 days, in order for the new to manifest. Sometimes, and it's really, normally it takes about 3 weeks and then it's clear. And the first 3 days are the most challenging. So for the first 3 days, do not come back to what we did. Do not go back into that journey or what you've heard. And don't go, I mean, when you listen to the recording again, stop it here. Do not go any further, because if you go through it again, then you just destroy it. I need to leave at 8. Who said that? Krista, I need to leave at 8. I could leave now and then do the journey with the recording so as not to interrupt. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah.
That's better, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So.
And it really makes sense for you to go through that journey.
Yeah.
Of course, you're along. And if something comes in for you specifically, you will hear it.
Okay, that's great. And I leave now. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much for being here.
Karina. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. So is there, did I say everything? I think so. Okay, so again, everything shall be released so we can live our full femininity for what is best now. Okay? Good. Everybody ready? Take a sip water and then we'll start. And I would like to add something if a man is watching this. It is very important that you as a man can live your feminine parts as well. This is so, so important. And we women are so, so thankful when you do that. And if you do that, we can love you even more. And I take this microphone, so It's a little better. Okay, are we all ready? Good. When I fiddle around like this, then it mostly goes very deep. Okay, first of all, we are invited to go to a place that's in the woods, and it's like an opening in the woods. There is a little house in the woods, right at the rim where it opens. It's a very big space that is open. There is a circle of stones, and it's like two circles, an outer circle and an inner circle. And in the south of the circle there is an opening, and we're invited to step into that circle and gather. And I see there are many, many more women who want to do that journey with us, and so they're all gathering in here. And I asked this stone circle to widen and get bigger, so all the women have the chance to be here and be around. Wow, okay, we need to change place. We're going out into the desert, so we're going out of the woods into the desert. And there again, I'm building, or there is a huge stone circle being built right now, and is there for us to gather in that stone circle. And in the middle there is that second circle, and in that circle there is a wood pile waiting for a fire to be lit. We're not lighting up that fire yet, if at all. And there's still women coming, so we're widening this stone circle. Okay, I'm throwing it down, that stone circle, because it's way too little and it takes too long. So we're going into a valley where the circle is being made by mountains. So all the women that want to participate can be here. So, and we change place again. All these women are now being transferred to that big place before the pyramids in Gizeh. And there is a huge dizziness there. There is a huge like everything going up and down and back and forward. And I ask you who are present to just stand there with both feet on the ground, and if needed also put your feet on the ground, feel the sand, and be stable as you can be. You have support. I am standing behind each one of you, give you stability, and I ask you to keep this stability while we clear the rest. It's slowing down things are getting in order. And through you are standing like a few meters or feet apart from each other, and you're building like the rays of a sun around a circle in the middle. And all the women that are coming now are also building like it's like a huge ray, as a circle of rays. And in the middle is a huge crystal. It's like an obelisk. It's a clear mountain crystal. At the top it's quite clear, and when it comes towards the bottom it's whitish and very bright. On top of the pyramid there is a crystal pyramid, and the obelisk in our middle is now connecting to the top of that pyramid. Now just experience the field. If it's too much, just look at the crystal. If you wish, visualize the remembrance sign before you. It calms you down, it supports you grounding. And keep your feet consciously on the ground. And I'm talking about the scene where we're in right now. If you would like to do it physically where you sit, fine. But it's most important to feel the sand, the warm sand underneath your feet. Be connected to Mother Earth. Know who you are. Oh, so now behind each one of you, and I would like to include all the women that are here. So I'm inviting all the women that are here, that they may line up all the women that were here before you, being in direct connection with you, may it be bloodline or anything else. They're all lining up, and it's like spanning around the globe for maybe even more than once. Sometimes it's so long, that line. And it's metaphorically spoken, it's just very long for many of the women here. And now I ask all the women to turn around and look at that ancestral line. Honor it. Honor everything. You're invited to honor what has disturbed you, and you're invited to honor what has supported you. You're invited to honor the gold, the silver, everything that pops into your mind, maybe. Maybe you see scenes like being hung, or being burnt, or being put out into the desert to starve. Maybe you see how they threw rocks. Maybe you're getting hot. Maybe you almost fall down. Maybe you're cold. Maybe you were sent out into the snow, into the ice. Acknowledge it, please. Honor it, please. Embrace it, no matter how much it hurts. Embrace it. It's part of your path. it's part of the path of the women that you're looking at. Maybe some of the women that you're looking at right now is part of you, or is you. Stop the thinking, just observe. And now we release it all. All. We're cutting the string right at your body. We're cutting the string and we release. And the light goes from you all the way down, and everybody who you just looked at is being enlightened. Everybody, including yourself, is being given a clear crystal, being put into the vulva, going through your body all the way to the top of your head. Maybe it feels like it wants to grow out of your head, then let it happen. Maybe you would like to have it a little shorter until the pineal gland. That's fine. Your inner wisdom knows how tall this crystal shall be. But I suggest to let it go or grow until your skull, at least into the skull. And now look at this shining line of women. And as this is taking place, each single soul is now being able to start dancing. And wherever I see still intertwinings or ropes that are still so sticky that they are very difficult to be parted, I do part them now. And there are many angels along supporting this. But even they need to be released, and even they want to dance. So let's release everything and let's dance. Everybody is dancing, and if you would like to dance along, then please do. And we're programming these crystals that are within these bodies. And the programming is, first of all, we put the remembrance sign in there. It knows its duty for each single soul. And then we put in there freedom. Dancing, feminine freedom. Within men and women. It is beautiful. Some are it's like a translation. Some are playing with their hair, some are having silver hair, some are having crystalline hair, some are having flowers in their hair. Some are having excuse me. Some are playing with the flowers, some are playing with the colors, some are playing with rays, some with silver rays, with golden rays, with pastel colored rays. Some are playing with the crystalline dust. Some are playing with gold dust. Some are playing with clouds. Some are playing with water. Some are playing with sand. Some are playing with light rays. Some are playing with their beloved animals. It's beautiful. Everything, everybody at play, everybody dancing. The easiness, the lightness, the freedom is now being planted within you. So we are already ready to take the prescriptions. You can still keep your eyes closed. We will send it to you via email so you can still be concentrated on your dancing and on your dancing lightness. So the first recipe is to drink at least double amount of water than you usually do, preferably informed water. Inform your water with the remembrance sign and drink it as hot as possible. And this for the next 3 days. And then dance either 3 times 5 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes a day to your favorite music. Move your body during the day when you go for a walk or when you cook or whatever you're doing. The dancing, you do that for the next 5 days. And then for the next 5 to 10 days, you will feel it individually, how long it needs. During the day, move your body in a dancing lightness while you cook, while you go for a walk. Wiggle with your hips. Let the sound go through, your inner sound go through your body. Whatever you're doing, like for example, if you read something, if you work or whatever, stand up while you do it and move your body like a snake, Really feel that primeval movement within you. I will show you in a minute. So you do this for 5 to 10 days. And that's it. And that's it. Enjoy your new dancing, feminine lightness. And oh yeah, there is something else. And do that as long as you wish to. Enjoy your femininity. Stand in front of the mirror and acknowledge your beauty. Acknowledge and start with what you usually don't like. Honor it. Love it. Look at it. Look at it in the mirror and talk to yourself and tell yourself how beautiful you are. And look into your eyes. When you brush your teeth, look into your eyes. Look into your soul. Look into your beautiful, beautiful, shining soul by looking into your eyes. So whenever you're ready, open your eyes and drink. Already drink. And I will show you the movement. This has been a very profound journey for your soul. So I suggest you give yourself rest. If you're in the evening, then it's good you go to sleep now or after this. If you're in a daylight zone, then give yourself at least an hour now where you rest. Either you lay down, it could very well be that you fall asleep. Let it happen if you can. And give it space. And once again, do not go back into these scenes unless you go back to the last one where everybody was dancing. You're always free to go back there, but the rest, forget about it. It's done. If you go back there, you bring it back. If you want to release it, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Concentrate on your own dancing. And your body is moving like that. Let it really come out of the spine like a snake. When I was teaching yoga, I always said, when you do this sitting, it's more difficult. Concentrate on the lowest part of your spine and then let the movement grow out of that until it comes to the top of your head. And it's really like... And as we have a little stiff backs at the moment, it can be difficult at the beginning. But as you proceed the next couple of days and weeks, it will get easier and easier. And hula is another good one, or belly dance. Do that. And this one is different. When you dance, do hula or belly dance or something like this, really move in a very, South American people are very good in dancing. So, so really live the freedom of the dancing. And the other one, the one that I just said, that's something else, that's really the primeval move. And I think that's a very, very important move because this is how life started, I believe. And this is how your life started. Because as a sperm, this is how you went in, like this. And that's why this move. And you can also imagine that you're in warm water and you're being moved. And your arms and your legs are being carried. And your spine is just moved. It's being moved. Okay? So also now I would like to thank you for being along, for doing your work, for being on your path. And I would like to again close the recording but open the mics for feedbacks or questions.